Drake's subtle influence could change the Soulja Boy versus DDG fight. Throughout the history of hip-hop feuds, rivalries have taken many forms, including shout-outs on the radio, diss tracks, and social media spats. However, in 2025, a new trend is emerging where these disputes are transitioning from online arguments to actual boxing matches. The latest conflict involves Soulja Boy and DDG, who are at odds over DDG's relationship with actress-singer Halle Bailey. Tensions flared during a heated live stream hosted by Adin Ross, but an unexpected twist has emerged. Neither rapper may actually be financing the fight. Rumors indicate that Drake, a major player in the hip-hop scene, is quietly watching the situation, possibly aiming to influence a match that could change the landscape of rap-related boxing. Here's a closer look at how the situation unfolded, the significance of Drake's discreet involvement, and what it means for everyone involved. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. The feud ignited when Soulja Boy accused DDG of mistreating Halle Bailey, known for her role in Disney's Little Mermaid, and as part of the R&B duo Chloe x Halle. "You say you're a fighter, right? Let's settle this in the ring," Soulja Boy declared on Adin Ross's channel. This provoked DDG, who questioned Soulja Boy's mental health and reminded him that a previously planned fight with Chris Brown never took place. This exchange was particularly noteworthy, not just for its intensity, but also because it occurred during a live stream, where fans expecting gaming content found themselves witnessing a live celebrity clash. Then came the surprising twist. While Soulja and DDG were hurling insults at each other, Ross suggested that Drake might financially back the fight. "Honestly, knowing Drake, he might just pay to see this happen," Ross said. "I won't call him out on stream, but I genuinely believe he could be interested." This comment sent shockwaves through both the boxing and music worlds. Drake's influence is substantial, not only as a top artist but also as a key figure in the industry who has previously invested in high-profile fights, especially those involving YouTubers and his connections to Toronto's boxing scene. Although Drake has not confirmed or denied these rumors, his silence only adds to the speculation. He has been indirectly involved in celebrity boxing, whether by mentoring athletes in Toronto or showing his enthusiasm for sports. If Drake is indeed supporting the Soulja versus DDG fight, it would mark his most direct foray into the intersection of boxing and music to date, potentially establishing a new precedent for how hip-hop rivalries can evolve. To understand the importance of Drake's involvement, it's crucial to examine the current state of celebrity boxing. When amateur fighters with substantial followings enter the ring, the event often eclipses the sport itself. Influencers like Jake Paul and KSI have shown that a well-promoted fight can generate millions in pay-per-view sales, while rap artists such as Blueface, Benzino, and Chris Brown have also stepped into boxing to reach wider audiences. These bouts blur the lines between sports, entertainment, and viral content, making every punch a potential meme. Celebrity fights usually follow a familiar pattern. Two people with a rivalry, a build-up filled with social media jabs, and a pay-per-view event that rakes in considerable profits. What could set the Soulja Boy versus DDG match apart is Drake's behind-the-scenes influence, leveraging his industry connections to shape the event before it captures mainstream attention. If Drake is genuinely backing the fight, he could use his relationships with promoters, pay-per-view platforms, and major sponsors to elevate this matchup from a mere novelty to a significant moment at the crossroads of hip-hop and boxing. Drake is recognized for his strategic approach. He has adeptly navigated brand partnerships in sports, like with the Toronto Raptors and OVO Energy, made media investments, such as in Vice and Jumbotron advertisements, and engaged in cultural collaborations, including acting and fashion, to generate excitement. By quietly exploring ways to finance the Soulja versus DDG fight, Drake would be positioning himself favorably, transforming a feud rooted in online drama and personal conflicts into a major event, complete with a high-level production and promotion that only someone of his caliber can deliver. For Soulja Boy and DDG, Drake's involvement would be a game-changer. Soulja Boy, a pioneer of viral hits since his 2007 song Crank That, has evolved into both a seasoned musician and a savvy internet entrepreneur. He is known for his high-profile antics, including investments in blockchain and extravagant car giveaways. A boxing match against DDG with Drake's backing, could be his latest tactic to stay relevant and profitable. For DDG, this fight offers an opportunity to establish himself as a serious contender, having already defeated Nate Wyatt in 2021 and hinted at more matches, while also aligning with Drake, a validation that no up-and-coming rapper would refuse. The potential consequences are considerable. Celebrity boxing often draws criticism for capitalizing on personal disputes, and a match endorsed by Drake could intensify that criticism. There's also a risk of further damaging personal reputations. Soulja's accusations against DDG regarding his relationship with Halle Bailey are serious, and settling those claims in the ring, where outcomes depend on physical strength, might sidestep deeper issues of domestic allegations and accountability. Fans and critics may wonder if resolving these matters through physical fights diminishes the seriousness of concerns related to abuse and misconduct. As for Halle Bailey, while she isn't directly involved, the fight could affect her reputation. If Soulja Boy's challenge for a boxing match is perceived as exploiting alleged abuse, it might lead to backlash from women's rights advocates and fellow artists who feel that the boxing ring is not the right place to address such serious allegations. DDG's assertion that Soulja Boy needs help, coupled with the violent nature of boxing, creates a gap between entertainment and real-life implications. Beyond ethical considerations, the boxing industry itself could experience significant shifts. If Drake takes on a behind-the-scenes promotional role, using pay-per-view platforms and media influence to set up a high-stakes rap fight, traditional promoters may find themselves sidelined. Major boxing networks like ESPN, DAZN, and Showtime could lose out on viewership and revenue if the event is streamed exclusively through channels preferred by Drake and his associates. This situation is reminiscent of how streaming services disrupted cable TV. A single savvy backer can redirect audiences for a must-see event, leaving established players scrambling to catch up. Of course, there's always the uncertainty of whether Soulja Boy and DDG will actually follow through. Both artists have previously hyped fights that never materialized, like DDG versus Tussie I and Soulja Boy versus Chris Brown, and fans might be skeptical about another teased match. However, with Drake's involvement, the narrative shifts. Drake's track record of making things happen, even behind the scenes, adds credibility to the rumors. When he desires something, he usually works quietly, building the right connections until he can announce it as a done deal. Behind the scenes, sources indicate that discussions are ongoing with boxing promoters known for organizing crossover events, including Wasserman Boxing, Hall of Fame Boxing, and smaller companies that focus on matches featuring social media stars. Reports suggest that negotiations are focused on purse divisions, pay-per-view revenue sharing, and guarantees for DDG and Soulja Boy, with a significant initial investment believed to come from a mysterious high-net-worth supporter. Speculation points directly to Drake's OVO brand. Additionally, previous rap boxing collaborations offer valuable insights. Take, for instance, the 2021 bout between Blueface and Soulja Boy, which ended without a clear winner and garnered mixed reactions. Similarly, the fight between KSI and Jake Paul initiated a trend of YouTubers entering the boxing arena. Each of these events heavily relied on social media marketing and a sense of novelty. However, none had the industry guarantor that Drake could provide, a figure capable of securing major venue bookings, negotiating promotional deals for global broadcasts, and tapping into music marketing channels that boxing often overlooks. From a cultural standpoint, Drake's participation would signify something much larger. It would further blur the boundaries between the realms of rap and sports, solidifying Drake's status as a cultural icon who effortlessly moves between stages, studios, and boxing rings. Fans may not fully realize the extent of Drake's influence until after the fight, at which point they will see his impact on every aspect of the event. But why would Drake choose to back the Soulja Boy versus DDG fight? Some believe it's a way to support the new generation. DDG represents the latest wave of social media savvy artists, while Soulja Boy is a trailblazer who helped create internet fame. By endorsing their match, Drake positions himself as a crucial link between different eras, showcasing his ongoing relevance. Others interpret it as a strategic counter to Kendrick Lamar's tour success by generating fresh controversy in Drake's home market. He shifts media focus from Kendrick's stadium accomplishments to an event he can promote on his own terms. Regardless of his reasons, the impact is likely to be substantial. If the fight takes place, we can expect an unprecedented promotional campaign. Music videos featuring training montages, behind-the-scenes footage with Drake and shadowy cameo appearances, pre-fight press conferences streamed on OVO's social media, and a pay-per-view broadcast that includes live performances, celebrity commentary, and real-time interactive fan polls. This approach could put significant pressure on boxing commissions and athletic regulators to adapt. Celebrity fights often sidestep regulations concerning matchmaking, medical clearances, and anti-doping protocols. If Drake's team pushes for a prominent sanctioning that treats the Soulja vs. DDG match as a professional bout, it could establish a new benchmark for future events, suggesting that every match involving social media stars may need to comply with stricter safety and oversight standards. From the perspective of the artists, the stakes are extremely high. For DDG, winning would elevate his image from an internet fighter to a serious boxing contender in the eyes of traditional fans, while a loss could damage his reputation in both music and boxing. For Soulja Boy, a win would validate his claims of physical prowess and expand his legacy beyond music into combat sports. A loss could serve as a warning against overreaching. Both artists need to weigh the appeal of spectacle against the real dangers of stepping into the ring. If Drake is indeed the quiet supporter, his role will be scrutinized. Critics might accuse him of exploiting personal conflicts or promoting potentially harmful violence under the guise of entertainment. Conversely, supporters may praise his innovative marketing and event planning. Regardless, the fight would exemplify modern cross-platform promotion, merging music, sports, social media, and pop culture, all driven by the influence of one of the world's biggest stars. So what does this mean for fans? If you've been following the unfolding drama, Soulja's provocative live stream comments, DDG's calm yet pointed responses, and Halle Bailey's indirect but significant presence, you can expect the tension to rise as rumors turn into contracts. Watch for Drake's subtle hints, a late-night Instagram post from a boxing gym, a retweet of a niche promoter's press release, or a cameo in a fight training video shared by one of the fighters. These signs will confirm Drake's involvement. When the fight finally occurs, whether in a large arena or streamed online, you'll witness the pinnacle of modern celebrity culture, where rivalries extend beyond music into real physical stakes, and the dynamics of influence are as evident as a punch to the face. In the meantime, stay vigilant for every subtle clue. The next time you see Soulja Boy or DDG post a gym video, or hear about an anonymous promoter hinting at a major announcement, remember that this battle may not just be theirs, it could be Drake's most ambitious project yet. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.